Hey, so I had a fiddle thought here. I was learning the tune, the Ride de la Main Blanche from the Bottine Souriante. Super, super fun tune. And I thought it sounded kind of cool and familiar, and I looked up, and I found some interesting connections as actually a really cool Irish tune. But first, let's hear the Ride de la Main Blanche. Really fun. Super fun tune in F. So I looked it up online in the Traditional Tune Archive, which is a really cool resource I've just discovered, and I think Jean Duval wrote the part about this, and he said it's actually based on an Irish tune called Larry O'Gas, which I used to play actually. So give me a second to remember Larry O'Gas, and I'll show you how it kind of sounds the same. So I remember Larry O'Gas. Took me a minute. All these tunes are rusty in my head. What's weird about this is it doesn't really fit in either meter. So that was a jig. Larry O'Gas is a jig. Larry O'Gas. I keep thinking I'm saying it wrong. Larry O'Gas is a jig. And then the Ride de la Main Blanche is a reel, as it says in the name. So, but neither of them really fit. So the Larry O'Gas, if you notice, like it feels really crammed together. Like the A part, it keeps jumping back. Like that, right? And then the B part, all the B parts I heard were different. Doesn't agree with how to start the B part. They all disagreed on how it should start. And then for example, the Ride de la Main Blanche, that one's really crooked. It's really fun. But that's complete, it's like in 4 or 5 or 6 or some other complete different thing. So the reason for all this is because it's actually a song. And I thought about it and I read about it too, and it says, yes, this is the Stick to the Cratur. So I remember this song. Let me turn this a little bit. I remember this song as an Irish song that I used to really like a lot. Let's see if I can find that. Give me 1 second. So here's the Irish song.
Like your facts in newspaper, they cut in your paper about curing the vapor that scratches the gout. With their powders and potions, their salves and lotions, their fun and their notions.
So this is Stick to the Cratur, a famous Irish song about Irish whiskey, Bottine.
The trope is it to bother pathetic and pitch to the dibble, clam colic and spin. You'll find it, I think, if you take a big drink with your mouth to the brink.
So you can hear the melody. So what it is the song just is kind of a long. It doesn't really fit into either a jig or a reel. It's this really nice, fun song that's based more on poetry than it is on, I think, dance rhythms. That's kind of my understanding of why this tune never fits in any of these different elements. But what's interesting is it got translated from whatever that song was. It got translated over possibly through Michael Coleman 78s to Quebec. And in Quebec, it was adopted first as a jig. So it was called La Mère Blanche, the White Mother. And it was recorded by Joseph Allard. Let's see if I think I have that one up. This is it, I think. This is off of 78 from Joseph Allard, the great Quebecois fiddler. So he made it totally crooked. Still a nice tune though. So then later on, La Famille Soucy, Isidore Soucy adapted it as, what did they call theirs? Hold on one sec. He called, Quadrille de Ste-Julie is what he called it, or Set Canadien. So he recorded it as a 78 in the 30s. So let's hear that version now. And what he's done, so what Isidore Soucy has done, is he's taken the jig that's already crooked and turned it kind of into a reel, but with a lot of triple elements still in it. This is not my expertise. I'm not great at finding, why a tune's crooked or writing it out. That's Jean Duval's kind of world. He's amazing at it. But you can hear, certainly, this is a reel that sounds more like a jig. It's all smushed together. And this is the version that Le Bottine took to create Le Reel de la Main Blanche. They took Isidore Soucy's version and turned it into their version. So let's hear this. This is Isidore Soucy, Quadrille Ste-Julie. I don't know what meter this is. If I can figure out what meter that is, I might try and learn it because it seems super fun. But anyways, that's Isidore Soucy's tune that the Bottine Souriante learned and created Le Reel de la Main Blanche. So it's all this kind of winding pathway this tune has traveled. But it's pretty cool to look back and find like an old Irish song melody that then became an Irish jig, that then became a French-Canadian crooked jig, that then became a really weird hybrid of a jig and reel, that then became Le Reel de la Main Blanche that I learned from Bottine Souriante. That's quite a popular tune. So that's my fiddle thought for the week. I hope you liked it.